Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 10 October 2024, coming to you on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock. That must mean it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. Miles to go before we sleep, but before we get into the meat of the sale, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I will post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description at the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first one is entitled A Primer for Buyers. That will pertain to you if you are a new viewer to this weekly sale. It explains the terms of the sale in great detail, why they exist, and how they work. So if you are a noob, please give that a look. The second link is my FAQs for Consignors video. That will pertain to you if you're interested in using this weekly sale to move along some of your personal collection. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. And if you are interested in getting some knives sharpened, current wait time is still pretty low, about 3 weeks. So if you look at the description, and you should, especially if you're new, you will see those 3 links at the top, the terms of the sale in the middle, and then at the very bottom, the reason you all came, the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps down the left side, pricing down the right. In that pricing column, you're generally going to see 2 numbers. The one on the left is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The price on the right is your price as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be no next day sharpening this week. We are preparing to leave for a Florida vacation. We're not quite sure where, because our original reservation in Siesta Key might get foiled by Milton, but we have a backup plan. At any rate, no next day sharpening this week. So if you purchase a knife to be sharpened this week, it will ship in 3 weeks-ish. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing for any given item in that list, that means it has been bought and paid for by its new owner. No need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it about anything marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. I believe that's it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you now, and then we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up tonight, we got 3 leftovers, just 3 from last week, and the first one is a custom traditional slip joint knife. Not really. It is a custom knife from Enrique Pena, but it's not a traditional slip joint. It is a fusion knife that's not a slip joint. It looks like a curved handle trapper with a horncliffe blade, but it's not a slip joint. It is a titanium liner lock. It's called the Custom Swayback. Beautiful little knife. 2 7/8 inch blade in CPM 154 with a hand rubbed horizontal satin that's probably wearing too many of my fingerprints. The Pena maker's mark etched on the show side. Nothing on the back side. Beautiful long drawn swedge. Some nice jimping. It is a ball bearing front flipper. Super smooth action, and I can't front flip, you guys know that. Anyhow, lockup is rock solid. There's your engagement. The ball bearings are lusciously smooth. The centering is dead perfect. It's scaled in green canvas micarta with a stainless steel gimp shield, white liners, and spacers between the faux bolster area and the rest of the scale. And then the back spacer also mimics the styling of the rest of the knife. Closed length is 3 5/8. We'll call it near mint in pouch. These are out of stock. I believe Blade HQ carried this knife brand new for $850. We ran this one last week at $550. Got no takers. Dropped it to $500 for the weekend. It is still here. Somebody gets a heck of a buy on this knife, guys. $460 this week. and $480 if you'd like it with my edge. That is the Enrique Pena Custom Swayback. Next up, you could have knocked me over with a feather that this knife didn't sell, because I don't think you can buy one new. From Chris Reeve Knives, it is a large Sebenza 31 in Magna Cut with the black micarta inlay and double lugs. Comes with a virginal think twice, cut once large pocket slip, and with a birth card. Polished blade on this one, guys. That means instead of the full stonewash, it has a very fine satin polish in the hollow grind, which makes the blade a little thinner than a normal Sebenza, which is a good thing. It does say blue hardware, double lug, black canvas micarta inlay, born February 27th of 2023. And here is the knife. The black micarta inlays on the 31 are my favorite styling cue of this generation of Sebenza. They are absolutely gorgeous in profile. This one is wearing a milled titanium clip with black canvas micarta inlay from Millet. We do not have, or do we? Do we have? Yeah, we have 2 factory clips in the box, just in case you want to switch them. Let's see. We got a 3 5/8 inch Magna Cut blade. There is your polished bevel. Double blue lugs. Only the right side one has a little wear on the button. The knife is free of trails. Blade length 3 5/8. Handle 4 13/16. There's the lockup. You do have the ceramic ball lock interface at the end of that Reeve integral lock bar. Very free action. Beautiful. Perfect Sebenza centering. Yeah, hard to beat that with a stick. We'll call it near mint in box. So if you could buy this knife brand new, but you can't because it's not in stock, you can order one from Chris Reeve for $650. And then if you want a Millet clip, add $100. We ran this one last week at $625. It didn't sell. We dropped it to $595 for the weekend. It's still here. You ready for this, guys? This week's price, $560. What a buy. $590 with my edge. That's the Chris Reeve Large Sebenza 31 black micarta and polished blade. Next up is our last leftover from last week. It comes to us from Kabisch Custom Knives. Ben Kabisch, Henrietta, Texas. The knife is called, although I don't think it's on the card, the Nasty Trapper. CPM 154 blade and back spring. 410 stainless steel mill relieved liners, which emulate pivot washers. It removes some of the drag from liner to blade tang. File worked liners and jeweled on the inside. 416L stainless steel polished bolsters and mammoth ivory colors, built last November. Going to come with a Kabisch embossed leather pocket slip. Oh, and you're going to get a knife. Oh, and just look at the knife. Boys, look at that. The Kabisch Maker's Mark shield. Interesting, I think. The shield also stainless steel, but it is polished along with the mammoth ivory. The bolsters and end caps are satin. Look at those file-worked liners. And look at that blade. It reminds me of a Grimsmo Norseman in profile, but because it is full flat ground, I believe, it might be it is a large hollow. Sorry about that. Much more usable. Beautiful cut swedge and nail neck. Closed length, not a small knife, is 4 7/16. Pull weight, about an 8. And then look inside at the jeweled liners. Even the back spring is jeweled on the inside. Gorgeous. Last week I thought the walk and talk were a little lazy. It appears to have, with a little couple drops of oil, really aged over a week into a very nice snapper. Yeah. Blade centering is going to be slightly off on this one. Condition will be near mint to like new with slip and card. This was $12.50 new from the maker. We ran it last week at $800 and dropped it to $695 for the weekend. This week, quite a buy on a pretty fine American custom slip joint. $650 like it is. $685 with my edge on that CPM 154 blade. It's the Kabisch Custom Nasty Trapper. Next up, we're on to the fresh stuff with a couple combo deals to start. The first one is a pretty nice little set. You don't often see these knives curated to this degree, but we basically have a trio of the Paraframe family from Gerber. It's going to come in this nice little lucite box with compartments carefully carved out. How about that? You're going to get a Paraframe 1 skeletonized stainless steel frame lock knife, blade steel 5 CR15 MOV. You got a 3-inch clip point blade, 4 3/16 handle. Lock up nice and deep on the stainless steel frame lock. It is rock solid. Rides on Teflon washers. Centering is meh. It's off. It's going to be more of a sweeper than a flicker. Condition, we will say, is near mint in box. And then you're going to get a mini Paraframe. Same construction, skeletonized stainless steel frame lock, Teflon washers. This one's going to open with a nail nick. Another clip point blade, 5 CR15 MOV, 2 3/16 blade, 3 1/16 handle. There's your lock engagement. Centering on this one's going to favor the top side very slightly. It's near mint in box. And then the last knife you're going to get is the Ripstop 1, also a skeletonized stainless steel frame lock. The Ripstop has a 2 5/16 sort of drop spear blade with a combo edge, 3 7/16 handle. Also has Teflon washers and thumb studs. A little bit tight on the action. Centering's really kind of nice on this one. Also near mint in box. So if you bought these knives new, they would be about $62. They're inexpensive knives. We're selling the whole set in the little lucite box, $35. Shipped priority mail plus $25 each if you'd like me to sharpen them. That's going to be in your inventory as the Gerber Paraframe combo. Next up, we have another combo deal from Gerber. We're going to call it the Gerber Multitool combo. The first one of 3 is going to come in the Gerber factory belt pouch. Looks like you can wear it vertically or horizontally. And the tool is the Gerber suspension. 3 7/8 closed length. Looks like the handle is made of some smoky anodized stainless steel, I think. It could be aluminum, but I don't know for sure. Pretty nice tool. Spring-loaded pliers with wire cutters. Needle nose, and then you got your inner jaws. The tools are all accessible from the outside of the closed tool, and they all lock, I believe. Before I tell you that, let me make sure. Yes, they do. So you pull back on those, and then you close the tools. So let's go over the tool set. Serrated sheep's foot, can opener and bottle opener on the same tool. Looks like a little chisel. I guess that would be for a lanyard attachment. And then you got Scissors. On the other side, we have a plain edge Wharncliffe, large screwdriver. Oh, should have left that out. Phillips screwdriver. And if I can dig this one, there we go. Got a saw. Condition on this will be very near mint in pouch. The next thing we have is the Gerber clutch multi-tool with a little split ring attached. It's 2.5 inches in closed length with 9 tools. Again, spring-loaded pliers, and the tools will all be accessible from the outside. I got a little pair of tweezers. I got a tiny little screwdriver. I've got a main blade. Flip it over to the other side. We've got, what's that, a fingernail tool? Cap lifter screwdriver. And a little baby Phillips. And the last thing we have is called the Curve, scaled in blue hard anodized aluminum with stainless steel frame. A little bit of wear in the aluminum. We have a carabiner at the end, main blade, screwdriver, fingernail tool, and a little screwdriver. This one, and I think that blade locks because it's got, do they all lock? I think they do, yeah. So here we go. If you bought these new, guys, total web retail for all 3 tools would be $84. We're going to sell you the whole shooting match, $55 plus 20 each to sharpen. We're calling it the Gerber multi-tool combo. Next up, got one from Spyderco, missing the box, but you are going to get a little Spidey pouch instead. The knife inside is the Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight, Blade HQ exclusive, mint FRN scales, and a blade, you know what it is. CPM M4. 3 3/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle, caged ball lock, which is a free swinger with rock solid lockup. Blade centering on this one. What do you see there, guys? I see close, but not perfect. Near mint in the wrong pouch. It does have some very, very slight sort of fingerprint patina in the M4. Not to worry. So it is a Blade HQ exclusive, out of stock. When these were available, they were $175 at Blade HQ. Sold listings on eBay range between $120 and $180. This one can be yours. $125 like it is, $155 with an APostleP edge, the Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight mint M4. Next up, you guys are going to get a couple buys coming up because we have some models that, some Spydercos that recently went on sale at web retailers. This is one of them. This will be in your inventory as Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight, murdered, and BD1N. Okay. Here is the knife, black volcano grip FRN handle. Ambidextrous tip-up wire clip, black caged ball lock mechanism, a DLC coated blade, and BD1N. A little bit of coating wear on this knife. Looks like it's been carried a bit. Let's see. Yeah, this probably could use a bit of an APostleP edge. Knife's been used a little. 3 3/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle, rock solid caged ball lockup, free swinging blade. Centering's going to be a little off on this one. A really, really nice user Manix 2 lightweight. So you can buy one of these brand spanking new at your favorite web retailer for 154 bucks. But if it's a tool and you don't want to pay that, how about we do $100 on this one? 100 even, like it is, 125 with an APostleP edge. The Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight, murdered in BD1N. Next up, I got 3 entries. I'm going to show them to you all at the same time because they're all the same model. They will come in individual boxes, but they're all the same. It is the Spyderco Para 3 lightweight in cobalt blue with Spy 27 blade, which is a Spyderco project with Crucible. They basically took the chemistry of VG10 and made it better with a little niobium, a little nitrogen, and what else did they add? I can't remember, maybe some vanadium? Anyhow, it's a Spidey steel. We got 1, 2, 3 of them. So let's go over the knife. 4 1/4 inch handle. 2 15/16 blade in Spy 27. Compression lock mechanism. Ambidextrous deep carry wire clip tip up. Let's see, I think they all have a little bit of catch in them. This is number 1. It catches a little at the full open position, then it swings freely. The centering is close, but I think favors the top side slightly. The second one, also rock solid lockup. That's got a little better swing. And it's got the same centering, just slightly off to the top side as you're looking at it. And then here's the third one, rock solid lockup. Nice free action. This is probably the best centered of the 3. Still favors the top just slightly. All of them are like new in box. They're all the same price, $100 as shown, $125 sharpened. They are on sale at both Knife Center and Blade HQ for $135 new. Why not just save yourself 35 bucks plus some sales tax, and then you get priority shipping at $100. So they'll be in your inventory as Spyderco Para 3 lightweight blue, number 1, 2, and 3. Next up, another Para 3 lightweight, but in a different color. This is just your standard black FRN and BD1. So black, sort of a modified volcano grip FRN. Same ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire clip. Same dimensions, 4 1/4 handle, 2 15/16 blade. It is CTS BD1 steel. Compression lock mechanism, solid lockup, pretty free action. Centering on this one's about perfect. Like new in the box. These are currently on sale for 110 bucks at a couple different web retailers. You can buy this one though, like new in box, 85 like it is, 110 with an APostleP edge, all in, shipped priority mail. That's the Spyderco Para 3 lightweight, black and BD1N. Next up, the only watch in tonight's sale. It's a G-Shock. There is a tin and an instruction booklet inside the box. So it says here it's a GA2100VB-1 ACR. That's the full model number. It'll show up in your inventory as the GM2100-1A. So this is a variant on the CasiOak G-Shock, styled much like the Royal Oak, which is a much more expensive watch. It's an Anodigi affair, negative LCD display for the digital part. There's probably a decent backlight in this watch. Yeah. Brushed silver dial, stainless steel case shroud. It runs the 5611 quartz module, 45 side to side, 49 lug to lug, just 11.5 thick. And the lug width on quick release spring bars is 24. Very lightly used. I do have a pretty decent scratch right by where it says start and that radially brushed bezel. Very nice resin strap, playing with a little bit of texture. Let's see. Of course, 200 meters of water resistance and shock resistant. Near mint inbox, scratch noted. Price of these brand new at several web retailers is $150. This one can be yours for $80 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. That is the G-Shock GM2100-1A. Next up, another combo deal for you. We're going to call it the Olight combo. So let's see. There are 3 lights, all of which have magnetic USB charging. You're only going to get 1 cord, and you're going to get a little Olight carry bag. Okay. The first light is the Warrior Mini 2. Black hard anodized aluminum barrel, blue anodized bezel and clip. It's a tail switch light, but I think you can use this button to adjust between modes. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Anywho, 1750 lumens at the highest output. The battery is an 18650 lithium. It does have the USB magnetic charging on the tail. It is like new, no box. The second light you're going to get is the Perun 2. Also black hard anodized aluminum barrel. Blue bezel around the button and the emitter. And this is the 90-degree light. Black pocket clip. Magnetic charging. This runs the 16340 battery. It has 1100 lumens total output. Very near mint. And the third light is an S1R Baton 2 in red hard anodized aluminum barrel, gold bezel and clip. Button on the side. Also uses a 16340 lithium battery with magnetic charging, 2.5 inches overall length, 1000 lumens of output on high. This one also near mint. So let's see. If you bought them new, that would be 72. That would be 48. That would be 59. $180 total web retail for all 3. Kind of a nice little set, different applications, right? All yours, $100 shipped priority mail. That is the Olight combo. Next up, we got a couple from Buck. Buck Knives. They're not sleeping anymore. Here's Buck. This knife has a long model now, 0040 or 0040 BKS-B. It is the Onset. It is a frame lock ball bearing flipper from Buck. How about that? Black G10 scale. The frame is stainless steel, beautifully stonewashed, as is the clip, which is right hand tip up on standoffs. Pretty cool. Nice flipper tab. No jimping, none needed. Nice spear point blade, full flat ground. Blade steel is S45VN. Blade length on the Onset is 3 5/16. The handle is 4 7/8. Very nice in the hand. Does that surprise you from Buck? It shouldn't. There is your lock engagement. Not too late, but nice and secure. Ball bearing action, very free. I probably have a cut in my thumb now. Nice. Super lockup. Nice action. What? Look at that centering from Buck. Would perfect be okay. We'll call it near mint to like new in box. You can buy one of these brand new at your favorite web retailer for $190, or just buy this one. 120 like it is, 150 with my edge. That is the buck 040 Onset. Next, our second buck, and on the same theme, we've got a modern folder here, boys. This one is the 0722BKS BOTM-B Spitfire. It'll be in your inventory as the buck 722 Spitfire Murdered. And this is a buck of the month knife from March of 2023. Scales are black, hard, anodized aluminum. The backspacer is toxic green FRN. And I love how the buck anvil maker's mark, you can see through the clip, matched in color to the backspacer. The clip is tip-up ambidextrous. It opens with a sort of oval hole. It's sort of a swedged spear with a little recurve at the base. Blade steel is S45 VN. That would appear to be a black Cerakote. It is a mid-lock design. Rock solid lockup. The action's kind of free, but you catch the spring about right there, so it's not going to free drop. The blade centering on this one, can you see it? Man, why is that so hard to get? There's too much black in there. How's that? Can you see it? Very close. I see it as favoring the low side just slightly. 1 of 1,000 made for March of 23, buck of the month, like new in box. Arizona Custom Knives has one of these either recently sold or still available for $199. You can't buy a new one. This one will be $135 like it is, $165 with an APostleP edge. The buck 722 Spitfire Murdered, buck of the month. Next up, I have to turn the page so I can show you one of my favorite Kershaws. Here's the box. It doesn't have a model label on it, but it is a made in USA Kershaw, and it is an auto knife. Have they changed their, I don't know, maybe that's not the right box, but it is with the wrong label. It is the Launch 13, the model 7650. You know, it looks like there's too much going on here, but it all makes sense once you get it in the hand. Black, hard anodized, intricately milled aluminum handle, deep carry, tip up, reversible pocket clip, button lock automatic, nicely styled pivot, backward American flag etched on the handle. Action, man, it almost looked like I edited that. It's so fast. Stylized Wharncliffe blade two-tone in CPM 154, 3.5 blade, 4 9/16 handle, super slim, and you put it in the hand and it's like, oh, it all makes sense now. Lockup, dead rock solid. Strong spring. And the centering, I don't know if I've ever seen a launch that wasn't perfectly centered, but this one is. It'll be near mint to like new in box. Price of these brand new at your favorite web retailer is $140. Let's go $105 on this one. $130 if you'd like it with an APostleP edge. The Kershaw 7650 Launch 13 automatic. Next up, we have a very, very interesting knife. It's from SOG. I didn't know that they even did this. It is the Seal XR combo edge. What? What does that say? It does say that. USA made. This is a very interesting knife. It is a heavy-duty folder. Look at the thick, jimped stainless steel liners. I believe the backspacer is also kind of a smoky black oxide coated steel with a very interesting impact device on the back. Also a black oxide coated ambidextrous tip up clip. Scaled in FRN with beautiful checkering molded in. It is the XR lock, which resembles a Benchmade axis lock, and it's a flipper. Look at that. And I believe it's on phosphor bronze. So I don't know if this is titanium nitride or DLC or what it is, but it's a pretty durable looking black coating. USA made S35VN. Gorgeous SOG Bowie profile. Look at that. Yeah. 3 13/16 blade, 5 5/16 handle. Just beautiful in the hand. The checkering works great. Look at that free dropping blade. How about that? How about that? Like new in box, made in the United States of America. Want to buy one of these brand new? I think they're available on Amazon for $153, or just buy this one. $110 like it is. $135 with an APostleP edge. That's the SOG Seal XR. Pretty nice effort, guys. Next up, we have one from We Knife. Look at that, the 10th year anniversary box, established 2014. Inside we have the 19068 J-2 Banter Wharncliffe, scaled in purple canvas micarta. You know, if I didn't have a personal policy against buying Chinese knives, I would certainly own one of these. Look at that. Super efficient pocket knife in dimensions. Ready? Closed length is 3 5/8. The handle length is 3 5/8. The blade is 2 7/8. So under an inch different in blade and handle length, which is that 1 inch is kind of the standard for efficiency. This is super efficient. Gorgeous, bead blasted. Looks like a stonewash over a bead blast. Wharncliffe blade, nice and broad. Very high flat grind up to about there. Super thin at the edge. Thumb studs and ball bearings. And a liner lock. Perfect engagement, rock solid lockup. And you have an ambidextrous tip up deep carry clip. That's a nice knife, I gotta say. It is. Condition, near mint to like new in box. Web retail for these is $114. By the way, the centering's perfect. Your price on this one, $85 all in, shipped priority mail, no sales tax. $110 if you'd like it with my edge. That is the We Banter Wharncliffe in purple. Next up, we have the Rob's Pick tonight. Yes, we do. It is a Microtech. I kind of want one of these. But it's the Rob's Pick, so you will save me from myself. The knife inside is the MSI, and it's the model number 210-10 APFRGTBK with the Frag pattern G10 scales, apocalyptic standard, well, easy for you to say, apocalyptic standard finish. Look at that thing of beauty. I believe they are made in the USA. Here we go. We have the ram lock. Again, a lot like a Benchmade axis lock. There are your beautifully milled Frag pattern black G10 scales, satin finished. Pocket clip is deep carry tip up ambidextrous with fill tab. Opens with a hole. And it's on ball bearings. That was very coordinated. The blade is in M390MK. Blade length is 3 7/8 inches of bifinished MK390 in a beautiful modified sheep's foot profile. The handle length is 5 1/16. Hand filler, lots of grip options. Beautiful, beautiful job by Microtech on these. It's like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were available, the web retail was $250. Your price on this one, $195 like it is, $225 with an ApostleP edge on that M390 MK blade. That's the Microtech 210-10 MSI single edge frag and black. Why such a detailed description? Well, because the next knife is also a Microtech MSI, and it's different. There's your box. There's your American flag. Here's your label. It's the MSI single edge, partially serrated, with fluted OD green G10, model number 210-11, FLGTOD. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at those scales. Ram lock mechanism. Ambidextrous tip up. Deep carry pocket clip with fill tab. The blade, M390 MK, stonewash bevel and swedge, horizontal satin flats. The blade is long enough that the combo edge makes sense. I've got usable runs of both plain and serrated. Gorgeous modified sheepsfoot blade, 3 7/8 inches long. The handle 5 1/16. In hand, these knives are so awesome. Great utility blade. Ball bearing pivot, rock solid lockup, and it's perfectly centered. Now, I said very close. Why did I say very close? It might favor the top side ever so slightly. So let's see. It's like new in the box. Web retail, and these are in stock, I think, at $257. So we're going to offer this one at $195 like it is, $225 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Microtech MSI fluted OD combo edge. Next up, another one from Microtech. Old school box, huh? This is the 122-1T Ultratech Double Edge Tri-Grip Tactical Standard Finish. And you're going to get with it the tool, the Tri-Grip tool for the fasteners. That never happens, but it did today. Here's the knife, and what a beauty. So let's see, this knife was born in June of 2015, and it has a serial number of 56404. So this is a bit of an older Ultratech, so it's going to have a man's spring. I'm going to call that button firm, because, it's firm. Here we go. LMAX blade. Blade length is 3 5/16. Black coated with a little horizontal satin down that center spine. And this knife, guys, I don't know. I might have sharpened this. Somebody did. It is really nicely done. So I'm not going to give you a sharpened price. It's got a beautiful polished edge on it. The tri-grip mill pattern in the black hard anodized aluminum scales. Of course, the glass breaker nut. Reliability is 100%. Near mint in box. These are out of stock. Arizona Custom Knives sold a used one of these not too long ago for $295. This one can be yours at $240. No need to sharpen. That's the Ultratech Tri-Grip from Microtech. Next up is our last Microtech in tonight's sale. Made in America. It is the model 147-1TQ UTX 70 double edge turquoise handle. What a little cutie that is, huh? I think your wife needs one of these in her stocking this Christmas. I love the UTX 70. It's such a cutie. This one also has a polished edge on it. Did I sharpen both of these? I don't know. Pretty nice. Blade steel on this one is LMAX. No, it isn't. It's M390. It is M390. Look closely. There you go. Blade length, 2 3/8. The handle, 3 9/16. Standard tiny Microtech clip and glass breaker nut. This is serial number 36070, born 7 of 22. It's near mint in box. There are a couple little marks in the turquoise coating, and there might be a little rub on the clip somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, close enough to say near mint. Medium button, 100% reliable. Anybody could flick that all night. So let's see. These are available brand new, believe it or not, for $260 in this handle. But you don't want to pay that, do you? How about let's do $185 on this one. No need to sharpen. The Microtech UTX 70 double edge in turquoise. Next up, from Chris Reeve Knives. You ready, lefties? Yes, that box really does say Umnums on Lefty Magna Cut. Here's your card. Born May 8th of this very year. And here you go. Give it a close look. That side is clean. The spine is clean. That side is clean. There are a couple tiny little rubs in the end of the clip. Lanyard is intact. Let's see. Yeah. That dog will hunt. Mm-hmm. 3 7/16 inches of CPM Magna Cut. 4 3/4 blade length. Reeve integral lock with ceramic ball lock interface and the Chris Reeve maker's mark in the over travel stop. Let's see. I think this is, yeah, look at that. And Umnums on that drops. Oh, and it is perfectly centered. I don't know if I can get you that so you can see it. There you go. You just can't do any better than that, my friends. These are out of stock. If you bought this knife brand new, and you can order it from Chris Reeve for $500. Be here in about 6 months. But you know, if you got to buy one of these on eBay, you're not going to buy it for $500 because they're out of stock. This one can be yours right now, all in, shipped priority mail. $495, like it is $525 with my edge on the Magna Cut blade. The Chris Reeve Umnums on Lefty in Magna Cut. Next up, we have one from the Mouse, and I don't mean Mickey. From Giant Mouse, the Ace series of knives. I got a Biblio, it says XL. Is it XL? I don't know. Is it an XL? Who knows? In green canvas micarta and an LMAX blade. There you go. It's a flipper. It's on ball bearings. Blade steel is LMAX. Giant Mouse, of course, a joint venture between Jesper Voxnäs and Jens Anso. I guess you call that a modified Wharncliffe. Interesting little run of jimping up here. Works well in the forward grip. Let's see. 3 3/16 blade, 4 5/16 handle. The backspacer is anodized like brass, or maybe it is brass. I'm not quite sure. Pocket clip, deep carry wire affair, ambidextrous tip up. The flipper tab barely protrudes from the bottom of the knife, which I really like. Centering is going to be dead perfect. Lockup is rock solid. There's your engagement. And you saw the flipping action. Beautiful. Condition on this will be near mint to like new in box. Currently available online for $225 at your favorite web retailer. This one let's do at $160 like it is, $190 with an APostleP edge. That's the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio. It might be an XL. You guys will have to research that. I think that is a little bigger than the normal one. Next up, we got one of those little gems from St. Nick's and Spyderco. It is a little gem. This one is a Jester in a red FRN and a CPM 4V blade. It's kind of funny. The lanyard on this knife, kind of usable. I think this must have been installed by my consignor because I don't think the Jester comes with that lanyard. Nicely done. Paracord lanyard. Let's see. It does help you open the knife because you kind of get an anchor back there. Look at that little cutie. Huh? DLC coated blade in CPM 4V. I got a little rub in the coating. I'm not sure from where, but it's there. Blade length on the Jester, 2 inches. Handle just 2.5. Midlock with the boy dent. Lockup is rock solid. Blade action is pretty free. And look at that centering on the Jester. Huh? We'll call it near mint in box. The St. Nick's exclusive is out of stock. You can buy this one though, $70 all in, shipped priority mail. $95 if you want me to sharpen it. Oh, what the heck. Yeah. That is the Jester from Spyderco and St. Nick's. Next up, it's large utility knife time from Spyderco. Look, this one's been around a little bit. It says Endura, and it is an Endura. The model number, though, SBK. SBK. I think that means we got a black handle, and we do. Very little clip wear. But wait. Oh, that's what the S is for. Full spider edge VG10 Endura blade. Your knife will cut. 3 13/16 blade, 5-inch handle, 4-way clip. Midlock design with the boy dent to prevent accidental release. You can actually get a little vertical play only in the up direction, which is inconsequential. Very free pivot. The blade centering is perfect, although the sharpened edge bevel kind of is not, so who cares? We will say, oh, let's call it near mint in box. You can buy this knife still brand new for $103 web retail or Spyderco map price. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $70. And trust me, no need to sharpen that spider edge. That is the Spyderco Endura 4 Spider Edge. Next up, more Spidey goodness. From Golden, Colorado, USA Earth, we got a paramilitary 2. This would be the current OG, right? Black G10, satin blade, bright hardware. Compression lock. Blade steel is S45VN. The fingerprinted blade is 3.5 inches in length. The handle is 4 13/16. So new, nobody's moved the pocket clip yet. Lockup, rock solid. Action. Free swinger. Centering is very, very close, I said. So it's going to favor the top ever so slightly as you're looking at it. Who cares? It is like new in box. Currently available knife at your favorite web retailer for a Spyderco map price of $199. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $150 like it is, $180 for me to sharpen that S45 VN blade. That's the Spyderco Pair 2 Black Satin S45. Next up, another Spidey, also from Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It's a shaman, a plain shaman, just a plain old shaman. Black 3D machined, heavily radiused, satin G10 scales, steel backspacer, heavy compression lock. This is wearing a blue anodized deep carry titanium clip. And let's see, the original is in the box. Blade is CPM S30V, beautifully stonewashed. I'm not sure why I have a little trail mark. There might have been a little piece of debris in there at some point, but you can see it going through the Spidey text, because it's definitely not impeding the action of the knife. Lock up on that heavy duty blade. It's 3 5/8 inches in length. The handle is 4 11/16. The lockup is rock solid. The centering on this here shaman is very, very close, but I think it favors the top ever so slightly. These are currently available brand new for gulp $270. This one can be yours $215 like it is $240 with my edge. Spyderco Shaman Black Stonewashed S30V. Next up, okay, I need you guys. I need you to save me from myself, because I still haven't picked one of these up, and I don't want to start now because I got a very expensive week coming up. Spyderco, Taichung, Taiwan. We have a Kapara. A Kapara. Just such an elegant design. So useful and beautiful. Beautiful curved handle in satin finished solid carbon fiber. Red G10 backspacer. Beautifully hafted, by the way. Everything's smooth. Ambidextrous deep carry wire pocket clip. Blade opens with a hole on phosphor bronze and a compression lock. Gorgeous satin finish. Blade steel is hard to see there, but it's S30V. It's kind of in the shadow. Blade length on the Kapara 3 5/8. Lots of usable real estate. Look how long the cutting edge is. Handle is 4 11/16. Free dropping action. Perfect blade centering. Lock up, dead rock solid. Near mint to like new in box. Current web retail for the Kapara is $264. This can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $195 like it is. $220 with an APostleP edge. What a beautiful knife. The Spyderco Kapara. Next up, it's time for the Benchmade portion of tonight's sale. And what a couple Benchmades we got. First of all, we have... Tell them what it is, Rick. Tell them what it is. She's a super freak, super freak. She's super freaky. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Layered black and gray, milled G10 scales. Red G10 liners, red hard anodized aluminum standoffs, Parkerized split arrow clip ambidextrous tip up, phosphor bronze washers and thumb studs. Cerakoted blade in CPM M4. Blade length 3 5/8. Handle 4 13/16. Axis lock, free swinger, rock solid lockup, blade centering. I'm calling perfect. Yeah, I'll buy that. Near mint in box. as near perfect an example as Benchmade can make. These are currently back in stock at $252 web retail. This one can be yours. Let's just knock 52 bucks off. $200 like it is. $230 with my edge on a superb example of the Super Freak from Benchmade. Next up, our second and last Benchmade is from the Hunt series. It's the OG Crooked River, the 15080-2. Full size Crooked River. Diamond wood stabilized plywood scales, orange G10 backspacer, orange pivot collars, natural hard anodized aluminum bolsters, ambidextrous tip-up parkerized split arrow clip, and a clip point blade, gorgeously stone-washed in S30V. Blade length is 4 inches. The handle 5 5/16. The mechanism is an axis lock. Washers are phosphor bronze. The blade action is free dropping. The lockup is rock solid. The centering is perfect. They discontinued these and they brought them back. Yes, they did. They're currently available online for a Benchmade map price of $282 at your favorite web retailer. Let's do this one at $210 like it is. $235 with an ApostleP edge, near mint to like new in box, perfect mechanics. That's the Crooked River from Benchmade, and a beauty it is. Next up, we got one from Bradford, and this one will be a buy. Where's the label? It is a Guardian 3.5 sheep's foot blem. Okay, so an interesting package here. We have the world famous Bradford sheath, horizontal carry, black leather. So why is it a blem? Well, these knives are not hafted, and there's a little hunk of goo from the water jet right there, and it's hard to see, but I can tell you this: the blade is a little warped. If you lay this knife down and you measure the height of the tip in both directions, it's about a 1/16 of warp, so you'll see about 1/8 of an inch of variance because of that. You're never going to notice it, but it's a blem, so you needed to know that. Anywho, blade steel is M390. Looks like DLC coated. The scales are the crosshatch milled jade or natural G10. Got a nice little leather noose knot lanyard tied on. So good in the hand, especially in that sheep's foot configuration. So the blade length on the Guardian 3.5 is actually 3 5/8 to the front of the scale, and the handle measured from the front of the scale back is 3 13/16. We'll call it near mint in box with black sheath. These are out of stock. When they were available for a non-blem, they would have been $189 web retail. Because this is a blem, we're going to do it at $100 like it is. $130 with an ApostleP edge. The Bradford Guardian 3.5 sheep's foot blem jade M390. That, my friends, brings us to the last item in tonight's sale, and it's a knife, and it's from Bark River Knives, Escanaba, Michigan, USA. And this is the Hildy, a Bark River model I've never had in my hand before, in crew wear and black canvas. I don't know who designed this, but I really like his work. It comes in the fold-over Bark River sheath that is going to be convertible for vertical or cross-draw carry, not horizontal. Just veg tan, no waterproof treatment yet on this one. Nice fit. Gee, why do I like this knife? I don't know. I really do. It's a first production run knife, as you can see. And it is in CPM crew wear. Looks like 5/32 stock. Nice and thin behind the edge, but it kind of thickens quickly. It's a robust blade. But it'll be a slicey one. It will do well in wood also, by the way, by its profile. Beautifully polished black canvas micarta. Aluminum half guard, kind of low profile. That is pinned, as you can see. No liners, nothing special, just beautiful. Let's see, 4 3/8 blade, 4.5 handle, and it's just simple, and it's just got enough swell to make it feel wonderful. Yeah, nice knife. Near mint to like new in box with sheath. I found these in stock in green canvas with no adornments, which would be the same price as the black canvas. They're $270 at Knife Ship Free. This one can be yours, all in, shipped priority mail for $200 like it is, $225 with my edge. That is the Bark River Hildy, and that brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.